Mr. Schwartz, I'd like to invite you to be a member in spirit and in actual presence whenever you can, to take part and be welcome at the McCloskey Hotel, downtown Chesterville, when we try to create an interchange of artistic ideas. And from your reputation, I'm a man that can tell you I highly respect you and am assured that you'll find a receptive audience for your ideas. But anyways, that's what we're trying to do, is just talk amongst ourselves and see where it goes. And I hope to see you one day at our dinner theater, and we'll join and continue this discussion. And I thank you again for the beautiful stories you told me today. But one day I hope these stories you're telling me could be recorded in some way for everybody to share as when we're long gone.
That will take some time.
Okay.
I will be 95 in November. And
I want to be just like you 25 years from now. I'm 70.
Mr. Schwartz, do you have any advice to anyone who's trying to get his foot in the door in the writing business? Most notably screenplays?
now, I didn't get much of a feeling of excitement from my friends at the film company. And I wanted to deliberately ask you why you somehow, they didn't feel quite moved enough.
That's why I'm here today, Alvin, because what I've experienced for 3 years now is when I put out these offers or anything, and you're in the same position, and I'll give you my personal opinion of the question you just asked. When I meet these people, I went through the same experience with them. They're only interested in themselves as a business deal, what they can see and get advantage. I say to you, ignore these people completely with your energy unless they're talking what we can do together, and where you're saying, I need Mayday. I'm offering my first invite to you today. It was like for Sunday, May 1st, we call Mayday, Mayday. Mayday is a ship's signal for help. And I'm saying, help with this community project. We need help. So I'm only looking at people who step up and say, I think I can help you, and it will help us all together. But if they're only looking at their own business interests, walk past. This is more important than that. That's what I think you're getting a feedback there. So hang in, because more sympathetical people
Let me
are
put
getting
it this
involved.
way. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at what I have scheduled to do, whether I'll have time for it, what my health is so far.
Like all of us, what I'm offering you,
You know,
is...
I just got out of the hospital. I thought I had a heart attack. It's the second time. It wasn't a heart attack. It was what I have turns out to be an old thing. I have a valve that's too small. So I have a left ventricle heart murmur. If anything, it would need a minor operation if it's worth doing. I don't think it's going to be a factor.
May 3rd coming will be the anniversary of the death of my 74-year-old brother. He had a leaking heart valve. He died at the Ottawa Civic Heart Institute from a massive infection, even though the heart operation was a success. But I'm going to mention to you why it was important is he had one of the first heart operations when he was 13 years old in England by the greatest skill Sir somebody at the heart, using the first heart-lung machine, because my mother had German measles carrying him, a defective heart. That heart carried him for 60 years and finally collapsed. And what I'm telling you is time is short, and all I want one day is just your join in our dinner, whatever the timing, God will take care of it. Whatever the timing, you'll be sitting for dinner and just telling your stories.
It turns out that the doctor looked at my heart. We're not going to do anything. At least I'm not, because I don't feel that it requires. to be exposed to the vagaries of, well, there are many kinds of surgery. My family is loaded from the top down with doctors.
They'll tell you if
cousin was head of New York County Medical Society, famous surgeon.
If one of them's honest to you, he will tell you that to go through such an operation today at your state is worse than the most major traffic accident you could be involved in your car as a shock to your physical system. Just the operation itself is compared to that.
I'm well aware of
So
that.
let's forget that, and let's just...
I'm not planning it.
Good. So let's just think in terms of one day that you could be sitting in this little center we're trying to create in our community, and you could just go gently telling your story, which is so amazing, and somehow these young'uns with their new digital technology could not even bother us, and you and I, we could be just talking forever and other people, and your story will just flow. Not an organized somebody making a movie. It's not like that. It's just catching it and recording it.
Yes, because there's something behind all this. Something is driving you. There's a drive here that seems to go beyond your years.
I hope I can take that as a compliment. Let's leave it at
Yeah,
that for now. Let's share it, okay?
I would.
Okay, let's share it. Let's share it, okay? And I'm hoping that the project itself will reveal the mysteries of this. Can we leave it at that for today, Alvin?
I don't have much choice.
I love you. You're unbelievable. You're a kindred spirit, we call it.
I'm more worried about my wife.
And good regards. She sounded so...
What?
She sounded so...
Okay, Mr. Schwartz, as someone who's trying to make it in the writing business, do you have any advice to a potential writer?
Tons.
Tons.
There's no such thing as a potential writer. You were either writing all the time or you're not.
He's writing all the time.
Well, you're in the ball game.
Would you agree that as his father, I gave him the advice, correct me if I'm wrong or you could add to it, I gave him advice, as you enter this tricky world, I can only say one thing, son. First and utmost, always, believe in yourself. That's number one to me. Believe in yourself. That's the start.
That comes with time and your good fortune in meeting different kinds of people. I have had experiences with people who are so far out of this world. I mean, you have to accept the reality of other universes and other realities.
Mm.
But you can't do it without the experience. So I have a whole file full of what are now called automatic writing, but a tutelary spirit, you might say. Are you familiar with the Jane Roberts material?
Yes, familiar.
Well, I got interested in that after I had my experience.
So
Jane Roberts became real to me because I had a very similar, if not more profound experience.
Excuse me, sir. Are you actually saying to my son that if he wants to be a good writer or believe in himself, etc., what I'm telling him, if he really wants to be a writer, he should read a lot? That would be good, eh?
Well, how can he write without reading?
Ah, bravo, bravo. Hey, we got harmony here. I say cut.
Reading is going to change. One of the last things that I've been concerned about is the way in which reading is taking on a different form. And one of the things this is going to segue into starts with the, oh boy.
Well, I believe the reading now is in a video or a visual way. You're reading it like that. That's where digital film,
there
digital
certainly
film's the
will be
answer.
visual reading, but
I don't mean reading your script on a screen. I just mean that the real communication of...
Well, for one thing, the digital book is taking over completely. And,
but I meant more the movie.
The shift is like from the scroll to the book.
Yeah.
And it changes the price of books, it changes the meaning of books, and it changes the life that's connected to the creation of books. And my life has already been changed by it.
But